Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Erica and I'm here to talk to you about my stitching, my diamond painting, my new Halloween chart, and a fabric book I made. If you're new, welcome. This is my 21st Flosstube. It's flying by, isn't it? I feel like I just met you guys yesterday. If you're returning, thank you guys so much. I have so much to talk to you guys about, and it's so funny. Last week's video, I think I titled like, this video's a train wreck, don't watch it. It had more thumbs down than like most of my videos combined. You guys, you can't even cut a girl some slack when she's having an off week. Gosh, come on. I was a little all over the place last week, and I must have said that I was very tired like 10 times, and I know why now. There was a reason, you guys. See, it's not just me being off, there was a reason. So if you are new, I will typically chat for a little bit at the beginning about life and random stuff, and I will put down below a timestamp that you can fast forward to go straight into the stitchy talk. I don't blame you, I'll see you in a few minutes. So if you want to chat with me this morning, I know a lot of you guys say that you like to watch me Sunday mornings while you're drinking your coffee and just kind of relaxing, and I love that. I love hanging out with you guys. I really, really, really do. I hope you know that. It just means a lot to me. It really does. So, I'm tearing up. It's been an emotional 24 hours, and I'll get to that soon too. This week was really good. My mom came into town last Saturday, so she's been here for just over a week now. The shop has been slammed, which I kind of timed for when she was gonna be here. I sent some of my bags out to some fellow Flosstubers to show off. And so I've gotten a lot of orders, which has been amazing. And you'll see why, again, I need money in just a minute. But that's been taking up a lot of my time, just working on orders. I did get a couple other projects done that I'll show at the end after I talk about cross-stitch stuff. I feel like something else happened this week, and I can't remember what it was. I usually have my necklace on with my wings that I earned in flight school for being a spouse, and my son's sapphire for his birthstone, but my daughter ripped that necklace off because she's a Hulk, and she just ripped it off one day. I'm gonna rip out my hair. And this is a little Minnie Mouse heart, or Minnie Mouse bow my husband got me for Valentine's Day 2018, and then I realized like I'm a little Disney obsessed. I have this, I have Mickey here, and then even my coffee cup today is my Disneyland coffee mug. So I think I've mentioned it before, but one of my huge goals with the shop was to pay for us to go to Disney in February. We have gone once with the kids, right when my husband, well not right, but shortly after my husband got back from deployment. That was our big, daddy's home, let's celebrate, let's take a vacation. My husband and I never took a honeymoon, so we kind of said that was like our honeymoon. That was the first real vacation we ever took that wasn't just to go see family. And of course my son had the time of his life, and I really want to do that again, and we're gonna go at the exact age he was for my daughter. So that's my goal for the shop, was saving for Disney, because I am Disney obsessed and it's just magical. So I guess I really don't have much of a life update. It's just been really busy with the shop. It's been really hot here. Everyone's been doing great. The kids are great. My daughter's talking a lot more. Oh my God, she's obsessed with grandma. Like anytime she gets hurt or needs help or anything, she runs to grandma now, not me. I don't really take it personally. I kind of enjoy the break. So I know she'll be back to running to me in a couple weeks. But yesterday, okay, so this is the only other little bit of life update I'll give. Yesterday, we checked the mail as a family. My kids love to go to the mailbox barefoot. I call them my little barefoot hillbillies. And I get a letter from it says the IRS. And it's a really thick letter. So I kind of knew that wasn't gonna be good. And I open it up, and apparently, I say we because we filed jointly, but really I owe $7,000 in back taxes from 2017. I have been an entrepreneur or a small business owner since 2012 when I started my fitness blog. I have been paying taxes, filing my own taxes every year except for one, 2016. Should have had them do it again, 2017. I have never had an issue. I've been filing my taxes since I was 18, but just as an entrepreneur, sole proprietor since 2012, never had a problem. So apparently, two companies that I worked for as a non-contract employee reported to the IRS that I earned more than I reported on my taxes, $10,000 more. And so for some reason, they're taxing that at 50%, and I owe $5,000 in taxes, $1,100 in a underestimate penalty fee, and then $600 in interest. And this is the first that I have heard about this. I would never try to cheat my taxes. I've always paid my taxes. Like I said, I've been doing it for years. I've never had an issue. Like, it's just absurd to me. So last night, I can laugh about it now, and I understand that they're gonna, they would take payments. Like, I'll make it work. It's gonna cut into my Disney savings a little bit, but I'll make it work. But last night I was pretty upset. I was crying on and off because there's that, I don't know if it's a gif, I guess it's a gif because it's moving, of that woman like running to the finish line and she's all happy, and then as soon as she gets to the finish line, the floor falls out from under her. That's how I feel in life right now. I'm like, oh, I'm getting my health right. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to talk to you guys about. I'm getting my health in order. I'm personal training again. I'm saving money. We're going to Disney. Plop, taxes. That's how I feel in my life. So I'm going to call the IRS. Well, I don't know. There's a highly rated tax accountant in the area. I'm going to call him Monday, see if I can get an appointment. They do free consultations because, like I was telling my husband, I don't really want to pay $200 to talk to an accountant to still have to pay the $7,000 anyways. Like, I've been reading online, you can ask for an abatement of the penalties and fees if it's obvious that you weren't trying to scam the IRS, which, hello, I'm not. So that would be huge if they could just at least get rid of that $2,000. Like I said, I am still pretty upset. I was more upset last night. It's just money. It is what it is. Anyways, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that's not Stitchy related. Last week I kept saying how tired I was. Monday, I met with my primary care doctor to go over blood results. Well, go figure. I had a lot of reasons to be tired. My thyroid was up for the first time in years. So for your thyroid, it's supposed to be like a 4.5 or less, your TSH. I have Hashimoto's. Mine was a 6.5. So it's pretty elevated. The very, very, very first thing that made me realize that my thyroid was finally out of whack, because I was always borderline high since I was like a teenager, and then I didn't have health insurance for 10 years, so I never had it tested. But then I finally went to like not a free clinic, but like a poor people's clinic in Pensacola when I was teaching, and had blood work done for like $50, and that's when they found it. Like, I was officially elevated and needed to go on medicine. My biggest symptom was always tiredness. I would wake up from sleeping 8 hours at night and I would be exhausted. Like, I would be more tired when I woke up than I went to sleep. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you have a thyroid disorder, like, you understand that feeling. It's just absurd. That's how I was feeling last week. So when I kept saying, I'm so tired, I was like, I had no energy. I am 100 times better now, 100 times better. So my thyroid was elevated. My potassium was elevated, which my cardiologist thinks was just a kind of a fluke. And then my vitamin D levels were too low. And so that's also affecting energy. So I'm taking vitamin D supplements. They upped my Synthroid, and I am like Jesse Spano on caffeine pills. So excited. I'm so excited. And I have so much energy, and it feels amazing. And it's not even just because of coffee. So 2 other quick health things, and then I promise we're gonna get into stitching. But I have so much to make up for because I was a hot mess last week and I didn't talk about anything. I started seeing a personal trainer. She is amazing. I was sore for a couple days, not in a bad way, but in a, wow, this is working muscles that I've never worked before. Like, I told her I really like to work shoulders, but I always work this part, and she had me working this part, the lats, my hamstring, like everything, my core. Oh my gosh, my core was on fire, and we didn't even do any ab work. It was just planks and renegade rows and just everything. Like, everything I was doing, she kept saying, engage your core, suck it in, tighten up. And I did, and I felt it the next day. And so I feel really good. I'm meeting with her again twice this week. And I love it. I go over to her house. She's got an amazing gym in her basement. She's been a trainer for 7 years. She's got 2 kids, so she understands the struggle of losing the weight and getting back in shape after having kids. It's just, I feel amazing. I feel so good. And my low back pain has been less this week. I mean, I know it's just one time of meeting with her. It's not going to really strengthen much, but I know I'm moving in the right direction because the low back pain was getting really bad. Because especially like when I'm cutting backs at night, I do it on the floor. So I am bent over cutting for an hour at a time. Like I try to just cut every couple of days and I'll cut everything that I need at once. But it's hard. And so I'm excited about that. Last health thing. I went and saw a cardiologist this week. I have had heart palpitations for years. I remember wearing, I think they're called a Holster monitor in high school for a day, and they didn't catch anything. When we first moved here, I had a primary care provider who was total garbage, and I did go to them when I could feel my heart racing, and they hooked me up to an EKG, and they were like, yeah, we definitely see an abnormality, but we don't know what it is. But since you told us you have anxiety, we're just gonna say it's that. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. Like, I want to make sure there's nothing going on with my heart if there's obviously some irregularity with it. So my new PCP sent in a referral to a really good cardiology office. And so I met with him the other day, and he said the same thing. He said, your EKG is fine right now, but that doesn't mean that there's not something going on, because I can have an episode once a week or multiple times a week. So on Tuesday, I get to go back and get the Holster monitor, excuse me, put on for a full week. So that'll be fun. And then in early October, I have to go get an ultrasound into my heart, and I do a treadmill stress test, where they're gonna hook me up to the treadmill and make me run and see how my heart responds to being stressed out. He suspects it could be diet related, but he also says that all the symptoms are pointing to a disorder, I think it was called SVT. And it's nothing too serious, but it's something with like the upper chambers of the heart aren't either, they're not formed correctly, or something's going on with them and there's an irregular beat. And there are ways that you can get it back into regularity on your own, or you can start taking medication, because if it starts to be too irregular too often, it could lead to some more serious issues. So that's fun. But I have not had an episode in probably a week or two, and he thinks that part of it's hydration and not getting enough sodium. And so he wants me to start, oh my God, no offense to people who are old. I feel like an old lady. He wants me to drink V8 for breakfast, because I have to get 6 to 8 grams of salt a day in. I don't get that much. I don't even get 2,000 probably, because I eat like mostly whole foods. We cook from scratch. I don't eat meat. I don't eat a lot of processed foods. Like we don't eat, I occasionally will have like an Amy's frozen meal, but we don't eat fast food. So I just don't get a lot of salt. He's like, yeah, you need 6 to 8 grams a day, 100 ounces of water, V8 for breakfast, and compression socks. Which I used to wear when I was running like 50 miles a week, but I haven't worn them since then, and I've never had to wear them not running. Like, compression socks and V8, y'all. Oh well. Like I said, I haven't had an episode, so I am optimistic that it's nothing serious and that it's just electrolyte imbalances. And I have very, very low blood pressure, but I've had that since I started to get into shape, like 90/60. And so I think that's where the compression socks come in, because my blood's there's not enough pressure pushing it around. So I get dizzy and lightheaded, like if I stand up too quick all the time. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get into stitching. So I'm going to mark the time down so I can put it up there. Like I said, I had a lot to catch up with, you guys. I have so many amazing things to show you, and I'm so excited. Oh my God, I should do like Pippi Longstockings. Look how long my hair's getting. I get like one haircut a year. Did I put like the wire hangers? That could be like a weapon. Okay. My 2 whips. I have 2 whips. I have one finished. That's my new Christmas pattern. I've been working on the Prairie Schooler Christmas tree farm. I did not get as much stitchy time in as usual this week, because I had been working on bags nonstop. But I did get some progress made. And this is on my 14 count. Don't be an Ada hater. She's so cute. Java Girl Stitches. I am not an Ada hater. I'm an Ada lover. 14 count opalescent. So you see the shimmers. Oh, it's so pretty. And I think I got this house done this week and all of this stuff done. I love it. I can't wait to go back and add the stars, because it's very geometric, and I am all about geometric stuff. And the moon. I love it so much. I do wish I had moved it over just a little bit. Well, there's a good size fabric on the other side too, because this fabric is so pretty. I definitely want to do some ornaments with it or something like that. mentioned lately how nice it is that my mom's here? Like, I feel like I can just relax with you guys. Like, this will be just like a 2-hour video. It won't. We need to get going to Michael's as soon as they open. I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, so my other whip, somebody said last week, I miss seeing your Christmas village. And I was like, oh my gosh, I miss seeing it too. So I pulled it out and I've been working on it. I am getting close to a finish on this. I could finish it in 2 weeks fairly easily, I think. So that's gonna probably be my goal, is to finish this thing, and then I'm gonna start thinking, don't hold me to it, the medieval castle from Tiny Modernist for my daughter's room. So this week I worked on the train station. Here, I'm gonna fold it over so I can just show you what I did this week. So I did all the trees. I finished the little train. I did some of this, I don't know what they're called, where people stand and wave at their loved ones. Look, see, there's a little guy. I did the guy standing. I did the window. So that's what I did this week. Not a whole lot, but hey, some progress is better than no progress. So the only other things I need to start are the church and the florist. And then I do need to go back and finish. I'm just gonna leave it folded. I still need to add poor Grandpa. Grandpa's kayaking in Florida right now with my husband. I need to finish some of the sweet shop. I need to add a lot of snow. I got so sick of doing all the snow. And then I'm gonna add the beads for the snowflakes all over. So these, I think I'm gonna rip those out. I don't know, either I'm gonna do half white and half beaded or all beaded. What do you guys think? Tell me below. Should I do all beaded or half and half? Look at the little Dalmatian. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So these are all from Little House Needleworks, I believe. It's their Hometown Holiday Series. And I also have their farm one that I want to start working on. It's not going to be as one piece, it's going to be as ornaments. But you guys, I gotta say, from finishing my own Halloween ornaments that I've done, I don't love finishing ornaments. They just don't, they look cute when other people do them. When I do them, I feel like they look sloppy and I don't finish them very well. So I'm gonna try to start maybe finishing more with sewing, since I'm pretty good at sewing. Pillows, scissor holder things, like, I don't know. But something that's not flat finishes, that's what I'm trying to say. Flat finishes I'm not really good at. I even framed my Halloween one and it looks fine, but it just is not professional looking at all. Okay, so those are my only 2 whips. Like I said, I'm sorry I did not get to do as much stitching as I wanted to. I have one more. I'll go ahead and show the one other piece. Okay. I'm so excited. A couple videos ago, I mentioned I am very passionate about giving back. Volunteering, giving financially, giving your time, donating items that you're not using, like any way that you can help other people. Or other animals, or, you know, help the earth. I am all for that. I posted on my Instagram, I think sometime in the last week, a picture of my butterfly garden. It is amazing. I'm gonna toot my own horn, toot toot. It is freaking awesome. It is about 120 square feet of all flowers that are specifically good for butterflies and bees, and apparently hummingbirds. We get hummingbirds all the time. It does not cost much to have a pollinator's garden or a butterfly garden or whatever you want to call it. I wish every single person would plant one. You guys, the bees are in trouble and we kind of need the bees. We need the bees a lot for most of the food that we produce. And it's so beautiful and it's so fun. I was taking groceries out of the car yesterday and 3 girls, must have been between like 8 and 12, walked by and they were like, oh, look at those butterflies. They're so pretty. And I wanted to be like, oh my God, they're Eastern swallowtails, and these are zinnia flowers, and do you want to come and see the other flowers in the backyard? And there's butterflies back there. And they was like, no, someone will call the cops on you for like harassing these kids. But I'm just very enthusiastic about it, and I think it's so much fun, and kids love them, and I just wish everyone would do it. And all you have to do is buy a $2.39 or $2.39 pack of seeds, and you can help the butterflies and the bees. Little things like that. Like, you don't have to have a lot of time or a lot of money to make a pretty big impact in the environment or for people. You could just say something nice to someone and you're making a pretty big impact on their day. Like this trickle down effect. Everybody is connected. I'm not going to try to get all philosophical, but that is part of my like religious beliefs. I'm not really religious. Every single person is connected. There is that poem by John Locke where no man is an island. And it talks about if you hear the funeral bells like at the church, like back in the day, don't bother asking, oh, who are they for? They're for you. Whether or not you realize it, every person's death impacts every single other person. Every person's joyous moments impact every single other person. You help somebody get into a good mood in the morning buying their coffee at Starbucks. They go into work and kill their presentation. They get a raise. Impacts their family financially. They have another child because they suddenly have more money. You know, like who knows? Like I know that's a little absurd, but I'm just saying, like you just have no idea. So a couple weeks ago I said, I really want to find a way to give back using cross stitch. I would love to volunteer more. I would love to volunteer with the Girl Scouts. That I was in the Girl Scouts for like 10 years. I can't wait for my daughter to start, but it's very hard because I have 2 kids and I have to bring them with me everywhere because my husband works crazy hours. So I can't really volunteer my time, and I don't really have enough money because I owe $7,000 to the IRS now. But I found a way that I can give back. So I am planning on releasing small cross stitch patterns for $2 at varying intervals of time, and 100% of the proceeds will go to a charity. So I started working on this, and I did not at the time think of it as one of my charity patterns. But as I finished it, I kept thinking about it, like this needs to go to a charity. So this is my first charity pattern. I call it Halloween Visitor. It is a crow or a raven. I don't really know the difference still. Charted with some fancy floss, but it would look almost identical with DMC, and I have the DMC conversions. This is the only one that you can really see variegation, and I want to say it's Espresso Bean by Gentle Arts. I should have written it down, but I'm not positive. But it's a little crow. He got a little witch's hat on. He's got a little trick-or-treat basket, and he's standing on an Ohio Star quilt block. I love everything about it. Oh, and he's knocking at your door. He wants some candy. He's trick-or-treating. And if you say no, that's okay. He's got a key, and it's a skeleton key. It's an actual freaking skeleton. I just love it so much. And this frame is awesome. It is so like primitive. It's perfect. I got it from Hobby Lobby. They're always 50% off. It was $17.99. So what is that, $18? So it's $9. I don't know. I just spaced out. I don't know why I was thinking of something else. And then I just made these really pretty motifs. This one's actually black and purple, but you can't really see the color. The purple's not coming through, but it's really pretty. So if you would like this, the link is below to my Etsy shop. I'm only doing it as a PDF, and it is only going to be up until the end of September. October 1st, I will put up a new pattern for a new charity. So this one, the proceeds for this one are going to Happy Cats Haven. Because when I think about Halloween, which this is a Halloween design, I think about black cats. And black cats, especially during Halloween, don't ever let a black cat out around Halloween time, is all I'll say. I worked at a cat clinic for a couple of years. I have had multiple cats. I had a black cat who had feline AIDS. He and his brother were born with it. They were found in an alley. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start crying. They were found in an alleyway, and this woman put an ad up in the newspaper with her picture. I think she called them Ash and Cinder at the time. And 2 cats up for adoption, FIV positive, will pay for their neutering. She worked at an animal clinic too, actually. We'll pay for their neutering, we'll give you food and litter, like we'll pay for everything. We just want to find them a good home. I was living in Pensacola at the time with a boyfriend of mine, and I was visiting my parents back in Fort Walton, and I was telling her like, oh, and his name was Christian. You know, Christian and I think we've decided we want to get cats. And she's like, oh, I just saw the cutest kittens in the newspaper. Or maybe it was like a week or 2 ago. They've probably already been adopted. And she pulled out the paper from the recycler, and I saw the pictures. I was like, these are my cats. I immediately knew these are my cats. And I also knew from working at a cat clinic that FIV is not a death sentence. It's much like AIDS in the human population. You can have it for years and years and years and have no issues with it. So I called the woman. I said, hi, I know it's a long shot. That picture was 2 weeks ago. Are the cats still available? I'm really interested. And she was like, honey, the cats have been here for 3 months. You were the first person that's called. You could have them. So I went over there by myself. She had 2 little boys, and they were playing with the cat. The silver one, I ended up naming him Prince, because he was just a prince. And he died when he was about 1.5 years old. He had some congenital joint problems. Oh, it was so sad. Salem, the black one, the little boy walked in holding him upside down, feeding him spaghetti. And I was like, this is it. Like, they're literally coming home with me today. Salem was a jerk. Oh my God. If you were vacuuming, he would attack you. If you were crying, he would attack you. Like, literally biting and scratching at your feet. Like, he did not like to show weakness of emotion, I guess. I don't know what his problem was. But he was amazing. He was massive. They were both long hair, and he lived to be about 8, which is great for FIV cats. We just had to put him down 2 years ago in Alaska. So anyways, I'm very passionate about black cats in particular, all cats. This charity, 87% of every single dollar donated goes straight to helping the cats. So it's a very low overhead, very little administrative fees. Like I said, this pattern's only gonna be $2. Even if you don't wanna stitch it, if you just wanna donate, buy the pattern. It's $2. It does cost me, I think, 20 cents to list it, and then 5% for Etsy fees, so it's maybe gonna be like 30 cents, so $1.70. Like, literally every penny I make from this is gonna go to this charity. And I'll round up. Whatever I end up selling in the next 5 weeks, because it's almost end of August, if it's like $87 worth, which would be amazing, I'll donate 100. So I hope we can donate a good amount for them. It says trick or treat, Halloween visitor, and the Ohio block. I liked it just because my husband's from Ohio, and also when I first got into quilting, this was the first like named block that I did or liked or something. Like, it just always stuck with me. So there it is. Oh, if you buy this and if you stitch it, please hashtag on Instagram charity stitching. Yeah, I'll go with charity stitching. I think some other people have used it, but it's not been used very many times at all, and so I think it would be a good way for me to just thank you and encourage you, and it would be awesome to see other people stitching it. So, and I was not going to fully finish this. This is literally how I'm going to fully finish it. I wish I could, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I got this little fake pumpkin. Look, I'm going to sit this on a shelf with a fake pumpkin and fake Indian corn. There, boom, it's finished. I can't, you guys, I can't. I'm so bad with finishing. Like, I just don't have the time or the patience to learn how to make bows and this or that. So I got this stuff from Hobby Lobby for like insanely cheap. Here, and really it's good. It's going to be more over here in the corner, so it's not so obstructing. There, finished. Fall, boom, done. No hot glue gun necessary, no talent or skill necessary, which is good for me. So there it is. Charity stitching, that will be up until the end of September. On October 1st, I will do a new one and a new charity. I heard my kids yelling. And I think I'm going to do something for food donating, or like Thanksgiving, when the Salvation Army provides meals for people on Thanksgiving. So it'll be like probably a fall/Thanksgiving pattern available for the whole month of October, and going towards a charity like that. Because I try to like tie in the patterns to the charities. Okay, so moving on. One more, I'll have a little bit of haul, since I accidentally bought $100 worth of patterns 2 weeks ago. These I got from Fat Quarter Shop because I order some of my shop supplies there, and if you hit $80, it ships free. And I think I was close one day. I think it was like at 72. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna buy some overdyed threads. This is apple fritter. It's oh, look at that variegation. I think I got this one because I have a couple patterns that call for cherry cobbler, and it has been out of stock forever. And somebody said that this was a good substitute, and it is. It looks very similar. I think it's more variegated than cherry cobbler, but it's beautiful. So this is apple fritter. And then these two I got, just this one because I'm thinking about maybe using it in a pattern. Weeks Dye Works Autumn Leaves. Really pretty fall colors. You guys like my big old fake ring? Don't anyone start getting, I don't know, judgmental, thinking I have some big 5-carat diamond. It's fake. It was like 20 bucks. My real one, I have 2 stones that have fallen out of it, and I'm at the point now where I'm like paranoid that more are gonna start falling out, so I've just been wearing this fake one more. Weeks Dye Works Union Blue. Oh my goodness, this reminds me of home. Like I said, my husband is in Alabama for school for a couple weeks, hence why my mom's here. And he is currently on the weekends kayaking with my dad in Florida. And they're fishing because they both love fishing. How pretty. All right, so let me have some of my coffee. This is gonna be cold. It's gonna be so gross. I don't know why I even did that. Oh gosh, I got 2 non-stitchy things to show you guys. Okay, I did my first diamond painting. It's not complete, and it's not a full kit. It was a partial drill. I'm using the fancy diamond kit painting terms now. It's a partial drill, and I wanted that because I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. It was $7 on Amazon, so I've been working on it this week. It still has this plastic on it because I haven't finished it. So I'll show it off better, but you can see her hair is mostly finished. And then the dragon, I have done the light colors. Oh, you can see the drills there. So my thoughts on diamond painting. I love it. It's beautiful. It's so much fun. It's very easy. Every time I hear someone talk about diamond painting, they say it's so relaxing. It is so relaxing. It is just completely mindless. Like sometimes I feel like cross stitch is mindless, but this is really mindless. It's beautiful. I don't know how many of them I'll do, mostly because I don't know how to finish them. Like I'm gonna have to custom frame this piece of plastic paper, like no. So what I'll probably do is end up cutting it out and just like taping it on my wall like I'm a 19-year-old in college or something. But I really like the fantasy ones. There's a Super Mario one that I think my son would really like. So we'll see. You can't beat it for $7. And that's taken me maybe an hour and a half. So probably this partial drill one would take me maybe 3 hours total, 3 to 4 hours. So it's like $2 an hour for entertainment. Okay, so the other non-stitchy thing that I did, and it's not completely finished. I have to whip stitch the closures, so just pretend like it's finished. This Night Before Christmas fabric book. I saw it at Hobby Lobby, the fabric for it, and I was like, I have to have this immediately. So it's just fabric with interfacing, and it's the whole Night Before Christmas story. Like I said, I need to stitch this close, but I just didn't have a red thread. Part of the reasons why we're going to Michael's today. I love it. It's so cute. I'm thinking about maybe selling this in the shop. If anybody would want one, I would list them for 20 bucks. Just comment below and I can go and see if the panels are even available still, because I've heard that they sell out very quickly and they don't ever get them back in. They only buy a certain amount for the year. But I love the artwork. My kids have already been playing with it and fighting over it all day. Like I said, this I need to finish stitching it up. Just like when you're binding a quilt, it's gonna just be like a little whip stitch all along here. But otherwise, oh my gosh, it's so freaking cute. The artwork is just beautiful. And it's good if you have young kids or young grandkids that you want to introduce this story to, but you don't want them to destroy a valuable family heirloom. Like I have the Night Before Christmas book from when I was a kid. My daughter would rip that into shreds. So we'll get to read this one this year. So like I said, comment below if you would want me to stitch one up for you, and I can go and check and see. They might already be sold out, but at least I got one for myself. Okay, so one other thing I was going to show you guys, and then I'm going to get into the giveaways, and then I'm going to go because my kids are acting crazy downstairs. I've mentioned a couple times that we're going to go to Michael's today because I have been working on organizing all my craft stuff. That was one of my big goals for when my mom was here. I have had this case since I started cross stitching over 10 years ago at this point. Now, as you can tell, these don't actually fit in here the way that they're supposed to. Like some of them are falling out like that, and they're not, I think they're supposed to be the other way. But I love it because on the sides are my buttons. There's one on each side. And then if you can actually open this top up and look at all that. So much space. And I have all of my fancy floss right now on one ring. Oh, it's so pretty. I had way more fancy floss than I thought. Like this is all, none of the threads that I'm currently using are in here. So these, I don't even know why I bought these. Well, I took it back. The white I got from Threads and Twine to order. She put that in there. The purples, I think there's two, a purple and a dark red that I bought for Halloween patterns, and same with maybe the greens. I think the other ones might just be extras for my Hometown Holiday series. But so I've gotten almost all of my threads, my cross stitch threads or floss or whatever you want to call it, on bobbins, and I just need to go buy an actual case that's supposed to hold them, because this is, I don't know what this case was made for, but it's not for this because they don't fit. So I need to get a way to organize my beads, because I do have a decent amount of Millville beads. Like I got this set from Fat Quarter Shop. Here, let me just close this. I showed you guys. I was trying to find the kind of beads that I want to do for the snowflakes on Hometown Holidays, and I think I'm going to do these, number 161. They're like clear, almost like, not clear, they're like white crystal seed beads. They're really small. And then I'll use these reds on some of the trees and the wreaths in that as well. But I know that they sell big storage units for beads. So that's what I'm gonna look for. Because I had originally, I bought these off of 123 Stitch, and they're like opaque. And I don't want those for the snowflakes. I want the shimmery kinds. Anyways, got some really pretty threads in here that I didn't know I had. Again, I think I talked about this before. I had like these mystery threads from like 10 years ago. I bought Whisper. I don't know who I thought I was thinking I could stitch with Whisper. I still don't know if I can. Oh, Destash. Okay. One more thing and then we're gonna get to giveaways. Last week I was like, oh, I'll make a video during the middle of the week and I'll talk about my Destash and I'll show off my pattern, and yeah, that never happened. But it's happening now. So today at 4 p.m. Central Time, I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. I'm going to post my Destash on my Instagram, and I'll link below what my Instagram Destash account is. It's maybe 6 or 7 patterns, an 11 by 11 inch Q snap, a cross stitch canvas tote bag that apparently I bought 10 years ago, but I know I'm never gonna do. So not a tremendous amount, but some cute stuff. Like my Garden Fresh cross stitch pattern from Little House Needleworks is gonna be on there. A baby sampler that I was gonna do for my daughter, but then decided not to, is gonna be on there. My July Cottage of the Month pattern is going to be up. Lots of stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, you know, it's gonna be below retail, obviously, and I can combine shipping, but I'm going to post it all at 4 p.m. Central Time today. I wanted to give you guys a heads up because you guys are my favorite. And that's 3 p.m. our time, I think, Mountain Time. So it'll be toward the end of my kids' naps, and I can post some stuff quickly and then wake them up and go on with our day. Okay, so giveaways for last week. I had 2. I had a punch needle set that is my 3rd time trying to give these poor creepy rabbits and patriotic sheep away, and a cross stitch pattern. The cross stitch goes to Linda Seismaniak. Hopefully I kind of pronounced that right. She gets the cute pumpkin cross stitch. Please email me below your address. I need to mail out the giveaway winners from last week too. I don't know if they even emailed me. I'll have to go check. Now that I'm saying that, I don't know if they did. The punch needle goes to Crisscross Enthusiast. So if you could also email me your name and address, I will get these out in the mail this week. And then today's pattern, or yeah, giveaway, the patterns, I'm gonna do them separately. So when in your comment, tell me which one you want the most. Because you can't win both, so just say which one you would really like. The question is going to be, what is your favorite part about fall? It's 95 here today, but after that, the highs are in like the 70s and 80s, so that's close enough to fall to me. I have some pumpkin stuff out. I got my pumpkin candles burning. I'm so excited. I love fall. I love everything about fall. I love the weather. I love the sweaters. I love the boots. I love the pumpkins. I don't like pumpkin spice lattes. I don't drink fancy coffee drinks. I like black coffee. I like the movies. I like cheesy Hallmark Thanksgiving movies. Oh my gosh, I love everything about fall. So just comment below what your favorite thing about fall is, and then tell me if you would rather have the Stay Calm chart. It's a full kit. Comes with 14 count Aida. So you can say stay calm, or Kathy Barrick's Strawberry Town. You can just say Strawberry Town. That one's really cute. And I have seen, I can't remember who it was, but I know I've seen some other people on Flosstube stitching this, and I want to say they changed the colors too. Which I probably would. I would probably make them more look like strawberry colors, like maybe reds and pinks. It would be a cute Valentine's pattern. Ooh. So favorite thing about fall, Strawberry Town or Stay Calm. That one's really cute. Really brightly colored. I don't know if the yeah, I guess this, it kind of looks like shiplap, but that's cross stitch. So you have to do those little lines yourself. And please also be a subscriber, like the video, and I guess that's it. I think I did it. Almost 45 minutes. It's gonna be one of my longest videos in a while. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything today. I'm gonna be working on my hometown holiday village. I'm so excited. It's so close to a finish and it's gonna be beautiful. And I need to find out how to do custom framing myself because I can't spend $200 on framing. Please consider purchasing. Like I said, even if you don't want to stitch it, it's $2. You can just donate. I guess you could just donate straight to the charity because then it would have to take out 30 cents, but whatever. You can buy it and give it to a friend. And the link will be below. And in the Etsy description, I'm going to link to the charity too. So you can see who the charity is, vet them out, see if you think that they're as legit and awesome as I do, and hashtag charity stitching. And let me know if you might be interested in this. And I can try to get by Hobby Lobby, not today because they're closed, but tomorrow. And that's it. I'm so excited. Next week, hopefully I'll have some progress on my dad's cross stitch, which I haven't touched in like 2 weeks. And the hometown holidays. I might do a video when I get my cross stitch stuff completely finally organized. I need to find a way to organize my patterns too, because they're getting a little out of control. I had like 5 patterns and now I have like 20. I'm going to try to do a garden update. I might do that right now because it's 9 o'clock. We still have 30 minutes to kill before we can go to the store. So I might go in the backyard and do a garden update. The garden's doing pretty good. I've learned a lot for next year of what I'll do differently and what I'll do again. And I pretty much want to just grow nothing but corn and pumpkin and peas and lettuce and peppers. I don't know if I'll do tomatoes again. I'm just not impressed with them. I didn't grow enough. I'm getting like 1 or 2 tomatoes a week. Like, what am I going to do with that? I want 4 pounds at once so I can make yard sauce or salsa or stuff like that, not 2 tomatoes a week because I only have like 6 plants. So anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the comments. I haven't caught up with all the comments last week. Like I said, it has been, oh, I'll say one more thing. This week was insane. It was my best-selling week on Etsy, and I'm so thankful and so grateful. And I've been working like nonstop when my kids are asleep, and even like typically when they'll watch cartoons at night or before nap. And my mom's here to watch them now. I've just been working like crazy. And so I was like, you know what? I want to treat myself. I want to buy myself something because I'm typically, aside from that accidentally buying $100 worth of cross stitch patterns, I am typically very fiscally responsible. I never spend money on myself. I get my haircut once a week. Once a year. I hate buying new clothes. I never get my nails done. I don't go out and do anything. Like, I don't go out to eat. I don't go to places and movies or bars or anything. Like, I buy stuff for cross stitch, and that's pretty much it lately, and candles. So I was like, I'm gonna buy myself something. And I couldn't think of what to buy that would just be something to make me happy. Like, it doesn't have to be practical, it's just something to make me happy. And I was thinking about maybe some Disney stuff, because they have really cute Disney Halloween decorations. But then I was like, you know what? I want to kit up the Egyptian garden chatelaine. It is stunning. I was really into Egypt for years. Like, I'm saying, not exaggerating, in 2nd grade, I had decided I was going to get my PhD in Egyptology. There was a guy, I can't remember his name now, Dr. something, he had a PhD in Egyptian history. I was obsessed with him. And I was going to do my dissertation on the use of herbs in ancient Egyptian medicine. Maybe I was in 4th grade. My dad was working on his dissertation at the time. He has his PhD in mechanical engineering. What kid thinks about stuff like that? But for years, I was really into Egyptian history. And my dad, I want to say it was in my late, probably mid-20s or something, got me this beautiful framed, like Egyptian scroll. Not authentic. We're not millionaires. It was like, I don't know, at a gift shop somewhere or something. And I don't have it up, and I want to. I want to actually put it on this wall. I don't want to turn it because you guys are going to see my Destash stuff that's not organized on the floor. But there's a big empty wall right here. And I thought, how beautiful would that be for the Egyptian garden chatelaine to be framed like under it? So nice. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna kit it up, and I'll have it ready to go. Now I know it's gonna take me like a year. They are extensive and very involved. So I go to 123 Stitch, and I was like, oh, it's so nice. You can just click add all. It's gonna add everything to the cart. And I thought it was gonna be like $75 without the fabric. It was $153 just for the threads, beads, and pattern. Now I posted on Instagram something about that, and I had one or two comment or people DM me and say like, oh yeah, I always just buy a little bit at a time, so I never really added up how much a chatelaine cost to kit up. And I was like, well, I wish I hadn't, because that is extremely discouraging. I mean, I know I can buy a little bit at a time, but that's a lot of money for a cross stitch, but it's beautiful. Lots of silks, you know, some Mill Hill beads. I want to say it was like $45 in just silks. I don't know. I might just still buy the pattern and the fabric, and then I can just buy as I go. A little bit every month, you know, $15, $20 worth of beads and silks and whatnot, because it's going to take me that long to work on it anyway, so. But then I got that letter from the IRS, and I was like, well, screw treat yourself Sunday or Saturday or whatever day yesterday was. But I still kind of want to buy it. We'll see. I need to take a look at. I wish I could see the pattern and just find out like what colors I need to just start with the very center, because it's like fish, and there's palm trees and pyramids. Oh my gosh, it is so amazing. And I don't see anyone stitching it. I've seen a couple people stitching the poison garden, but I have never seen a single person stitching the Egyptian garden. And I really, really, really want to start it. It is, oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna maybe go shoot my garden video right now, go to Michael's and look for a little bin for my threads, and that's probably it. Maybe look at their Spooky Town stuff. Oh my God, I forgot Spooky Town was out. I know the IRS will work with me. It's not going to be like I have to pay $7,000 next month. It's just we're debt free except for our house and our cars. And my car's almost paid off. And so, like I said, here I am thinking I am just doing good in life, and my car's going to be paid off, and I'm saving money, and we're going to Disney, and plop. Oh well, it's always something. Even when I was living alone and single in my 20s, I always told people I was like even Steven. I'll never forget. I got a bonus. No, I think it might have been a blog contract with a company for like $500 one day. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most money I've ever made myself as an entrepreneur. The very next day, something happened with my car, and it was like a $508 to fix it. And I was like, I'm even Steven. It's what always happens. I get money, and then something comes up. And I'm always grateful, like, hey, at least I have the money to cover it. And like right now, if I didn't have this Etsy shop, and I was having, like, my husband's income was having to pay for this IRS bill, it would be very difficult, because we do not have a huge amount of excess money every month if we were living solely off of his income. So my shop is the only reason that I can spend an accidental $100 on cross stitch patterns or pay off IRS bills like this. So I am so, so, so thankful that I started this shop up a couple months ago, and that people like my project bags and my cross stitch patterns. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, yes, I get a crazy bill from the IRS, but hey, I can pay it, and that is amazing. And I can cry about it a little bit like I did last night, but I don't really have to stress about it. We're not going to, you know, suffer as a family. We can still pay our bills, we can still eat. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's just a hiccup. So I'm very grateful for that. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. I hope it's nice weather where you are. I hope I have lots of fun stuff to show you next week. I think I will. I'm going to have the third and final installment of my Halloween ornament series done. I promise. I know some of you are waiting for that to stitch them all together, and I think it's going to be super cute, and I might restitch mine all together like that. I haven't charted it yet because I haven't fallen in love with an idea yet. I've got ideas like in my head, but there's nothing that is like, oh my God, I need to chart this and stitch this, and makes me really excited about it yet. So now that the shop is kind of cooling down and I'm getting more time again, I think I'll be able to be more creative. Like, I can't be really creative when I'm stressed. Like, I'm already, I feel like, not artistic at all and not very creative. And so for me to try to get a pattern out quickly, just because I feel like I need to, because people are waiting, and no one's pressured me, so don't feel like that. But I put pressure on myself. I'm not going to create a good pattern when it's being created under those kind of circumstances. So anyways, charity stitching, let's make it a thing. I'm so excited. Fits in a perfect 5x7 frame. I try to make all my patterns so that they fit very easily into standard size frames for people like me who have no time or creativity or patience or know-how to finish things other ways. And I'm going to start working on a fall charity stitching pattern soon too. Thank you guys for watching. This is my 5th time saying goodbye or something, but I gotta go so I can upload this so we can go to Michael's, and I'll see you guys next week.